Imperial Tobacco was formed in 1901. Dramatic changes have taken place, such as expansion, diversification, mergers, and acquisitions. Imperial Tobacco is an international, fast-moving consumer goods company with a long track record of creating value for its shareholders. It is the second largest company in the EU and claims to have delivered high-quality, sustainable sales growth whilst effectively managing its costs and cash flows. Imperial Tobacco is proud to have developed a comprehensive total tobacco portfolio with strong positions in all the main tobacco sectors: Embassy, Mayfair, Hamlet, and so on. It's a global portfolio of brands that are inspired by consumers and have huge potential for future growth. Its cigarette brands are amongst the most popular in the world and have established itself as the global leader in fine cut tobacco and papers, with the right to sell luxury Cuban cigars. Imperial Tobacco's commonplace for its markets is to have local laws which govern the advertisement and promotion of tobacco products. It has its own international marketing standards. Imperial Tobacco claims to comply with all the legislations of the countries their products are sold: Bangladesh, China, Pakistan, Somalia, Australia, France, Middle East, Senegal, UK, and USA. Imperial Tobacco sets out rules and principles to ensure that advertising and promotional activities are directed only to adult consumers. Its international marketing standards covers aspects of marketing such as style, content, and health warnings. On a strictly commercial basis, Imperial Tobacco seeks to increase its market share in countries where it identifies an existing demand for adult consumers and where it is legitimate for it to do so. Its standards apply to all countries and developing markets where regulations may be less rigid. Heightened regulations, increased competition are part of its ever-changing, challenging and changing economic landscape. The challenges of Imperial Tobacco have never been greater or more rewarding than ever, claims its current CEO, Alison Cooper, who accepted our invitation today. Many thanks for joining us.
We will now be talking to Alison Cooper, CEO of Imperial Tobacco. Thank you very much for joining us today.
Last year you stated 2014 would be a year of transition, strengthen the business with a greater vision for the growth. Are you satisfied with your progress as you predicted last year?
As you say, a tough set of results, and if I look at the environment in which we're operating, we've seen that impacting a number of FMCG results in recent weeks as they've been reported as well. And if I look at our business, the strategic focus is really delivering some quality growth for us, and I think that's really important.
Your strategic brand planning seems to have produced a remarkable performance. What more can you tell us on this?
Yeah, the environment is clearly tough for consumers. You've got austerity impacting, and for our consumers as well, you've very often got increasing excise as well in terms of the price of the product. So we are seeing actually quite resilient consumption across Europe, but unfortunately a lot of that consumption is shifting into illicit trade, which is impacting the headline duty.
How tough would you describe your geographic footprint, starting with the EU first?
Well, in the USA we're still transitioning our strategy, and what you can see in the first half is the further investment behind our new pricing strategy, which we've now rolled out across 19 states. Now there's some encouraging share gains off the back of that initiative, and we're now adding to that with a broader focus around our sales growth drivers with further portfolio initiatives and also customer engagement initiatives coming through in the second half as well to strengthen our performance there.
Regulations are great challenges for those who are in your sector. Can you tell us more on this hot topic?
Key to that success is our portfolio focus in those regions, and our key strategic brands really resonate with consumers in a number of markets across Africa, Middle East and Asia, and we're seeing growth in Africa, Middle East of 10% in our key strategic brands and of 8% in Asia.
And thank you all for joining us today. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Recommendations. Imperial Tobacco increases its market by advertising in the countries where it identifies an existing demand targeting adult consumers only and where it is legitimate to use its marketing tools such as radio, television and cinema.
SWOT analysis: strength, strong financial budget, well-known brand in the cigarette market, strong distribution channels, successful partners in foreign market. Weaknesses: tobacco produces considerable health risks to users, insufficient and poor communication with the public. Opportunities: growing new markets with developing countries, creating next-generation product with less harm than traditional tobacco products, merging and forming strategic alliance with local business in foreign markets. Threats: death caused by cigarette, social campaigns against smoking, legal barriers against tobacco.
Imperial Tobacco is competitive and committed to a responsible approach to marketing and believes that tobacco marketing should only be directed to existing adult smokers As such, it does not and will not persuade non-smokers to start smoking or to encourage smokers to smoke more.
Bargaining power suppliers. Imperial Tobacco faces high level of government regulations due to many lawsuits involved with the use of tobacco, threats of substitutes, increasing awareness of health issues related to smoking, barriers to entry, high level of government regulations including tighter controls.
Environmental. Due to the smoking ban, Imperial Tobacco consumers identified a lack of freedom to socialize with this activity and have had to socialize in designated smoking areas only. Social. A lot of people use smoking during their socializing activities, so Imperial Tobacco can use this to print offers on their packaging in order to attract new customers.